and it gives me great pleasure to say welcome to every member of the Bridge Nation tuned in, everyone on that FM 99.1.3.5.7 or 0.9, to everyone on that live stream at www.thebridge99fm.com, and everyone using the app. Welcome. This is Untengle. Sitting in for the Queen, Mama Elise, is yours truly, DJ Roddy G. I've got the Untengle team with me, my able and capable producer, LaFane. Good morning to you. Super duper at Master Control, our technical operator. How you doing today, sir? Gotta say big shout out to the Up and Go team, Richie B and Shell, Queen Jojo, everybody who got us up and going from 6 this morning up until this point. I say thank you so much. It's been a wonderful start to today's journey. As Mama Elise would say, come as you are. Yeah, man, make we untangle now. And I feel different this morning, super duper. Love it, I feel different. Y'all notice I'm seated. Anyone on the live stream right now, you will realize that I'm actually seated because, huge shoes to fill, because you see Thursday, Tuesday and Thursday morning time when Mama Elise come on the radio, upon my radio, me just feel nice, me just feel relaxed, me just want untangle. So that's what we're gonna do from now until 1. This is the show where you come as you are and we just freestyle. Shout outs to Mama Elise wherever you are. I hope you are on assignment to full joy yourself. That is the assignment, Mama Elise. I know you understand the assignment and you will be taking care of that assignment until 1 o'clock. Some easy music to just make it untangle whatever the stress, whatever the problem, whatever the situation, or even if we're happy, we just untangle. Right here on the 99. We start out with the sounds of Cicely Kalanji like this. She is a third-year student of the University of Technology Jamaica, pursuing a bachelor's degree in dietetics and nutrition. She's an entrepreneur and a lover of baking. So she decided to turn her passion into a business, which then birthed at Bakeaway Treats on Instagram. In 2016, she was diagnosed with a PCOS, and from then she has been on a journey that has not been easy mentally, physically, nor emotionally. However, she has decided not to give up, and as a result, chooses to spread awareness on PCOS through her social media platforms as an advocate of this syndrome. Joining us now via Zoom is Michaela. We say good morning, Michaela.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you, my darling. Now, you heard the prelude, right? And we were discussing the two middle name things. We could start right there. So, who gave you so much name, Michaela?
My 2 middle names was from my mother, of course.
Awesome. Wonderful. So, let's get to the business of studies now. Why did you decide to pursue studies in dietetics and nutrition?
Okay, so my studies in dietetics and nutrition, I wouldn't say it was a second option. Initially, when I graduated Immaculate Conception High School and I was in lower 6, I wanted to study entrepreneurship, so that's what I applied for at the time. Fun fact, almost all of my CXC and KF subjects are business subjects. So when I went to drop off my application form at UTech, I saw a program called Dietetics and Nutrition. Now, from Immaculate, I loved cooking and baking, thanks to my grade 11 teacher, Mrs. Henry. So she was the one who got me started in baking and cooking. And when I went there, I thought, okay, this program seems like it's going to combine two things that I like, nutrition and cooking. So I decided to change my career choice, and from then, I am a student of DN.
All right. All right. And so you're loving it thus far? Any disappointments? Any regrets?
No regrets, no disappointments as yet.
Awesome, wonderful. So you love to bake and decided to turn that into a business. Talk to us about that. Why? So obviously geared towards entrepreneurship from an early age, and so you have now combined that and said, all right, business. Talk to me a little bit more about how that birthed and how that has been progressing.
So Bakeaway Treats, which is my business, came about when I was around 18 years of age. I wanted to make my own birthday cake, and I decided to watch a few YouTube videos and try to learn some steps and some techniques on baking. And from that, I started baking. I it was September because my birthday is in September, and then December I got some orders for Christmas fruitcakes. Now, trial and error, I have baked, and it's wasn't edible at all. So trial and error, did a fruitcake. Everyone seemed to like it. I had a company that ordered some cakes from me, and from then they just kept ordering. Persons kept spreading the word, and persons just kept ordering. So that's how it came about.
Awesome. So you say after the first try and it never so nice, you realize that you found the formula when that company decides, say, yes, we go work with her again. Amazing. And so you took that on a cyberspace platform. You went online. How's the support been online so far?
The support has been great online. Most of my customers find me on TikTok or on Instagram, and of course by word of mouth. So social media, even though it has its disadvantages, for me it has been great.
Awesome. All right, now let's get to the issue that we want to bring awareness to, and that is a PCOS. That you were diagnosed with this in 2016. Could you tell our listeners what PCOS is and how did that diagnosis change your life?
Okay, so PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome for persons who didn't know. It's a hormonal disease and it affects 1 in 10 women. So it's in shortened form, simple explanation. You can either have long periods or you can have short periods or periods none at all. So that's a little backstory of PCOS.
All right, and those hormonal imbalances also affect other aspects of the body, right? Up and down with weight challenges and so on.
Yes, it does. So, a plan that most gynecologists use is birth control contraceptives. And with contraceptives, then there's weight gain because as a result of increased appetites for most persons, these symptoms then further go on to migraines. You can have high blood pressure, high blood glucose. Then you can also have facial hair, so body hair, excessive body hair. And in most persons, in their case, they lose hair along their hairline.
Okay, so being diagnosed with it, when you got that diagnosis, what was the reaction like? What was your response?
I was shocked because at first I didn't know what it was, because as I advocate for is most persons in high school in HFLE class, we weren't taught about these stuff. So I wasn't really aware. So when I went to my gynecologist, found out I was having a heavy cycle. So I have a cycle that can last up to 3 months. So it became very unusual to me and I got concerned, and I went to the gynecologist. He told me that that's the issue is. But another fact to note is that it's hereditary, so it can be transferred through your genes.
All right, so getting that diagnosis, realizing that, all right, this is something that you'll have to deal with. It brought you back to, it grounded you, would you say?
Yes, it did, because you have to learn how to deal with the issue, and it can be very challenging at times because depression and anxiety is one of the 2 main symptoms of it, and this also stems from the medication that you are administered to. So people will lose their self if they're not careful of how to deal with the situation.
All right, so it takes some mental preparedness on the individual part and support as well. Is there a support structure in place for yourself?
Yes, I have a support structure. My family, mother and father, close friends, and funny enough, there are Instagram support groups. There's a support group that I registered with. It's PCOS support group on Instagram. So they really helped, and it's very interesting to find out that there are a lot of females out there that's having the issue, and most of them aren't aware.
All right. So you've decided to turn your pain into purpose and now spread awareness about PCOS through your social media pages. Why is this level of advocacy important to you?
This level is very important because it is not known, and there are persons who struggle with the issue and they aren't aware. So putting out advocacy for it, as much as how we see the Ministry of Health advocating for dengue, they advocate for high blood pressure. This month is diabetes month. It is not for say advocated enough. So even though September is known as Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome Awareness Month, separate and outside of that specific month, no one really talks about it. So this is why I decided to use the platforms, and even so I am 100% sure that as much as how diabetes month, we will hear advertisements on there from Ministry of Health on diabetes this month and breast cancer, you will definitely not hear in September, the month of September, when it's back to school and they're talking about back to school, you will not hear about PCOS.
And it's funny that you mentioned statistics because, yes, November is Diabetes Awareness Month, but more than 50% of women with PCOS develop diabetes or type 2 diabetes before the age 40. Talk to us about the relationship between PCOS and diabetes.
Okay, so PCOS, it affects your insulin levels. So because of that, then you are more prone to diseases, non-communicable diseases like diabetes and cardiovascular diseases. This can also stem from birth control medications and medications that are also prescribed. So PCOS, once you have it, you have an increased appetite. Now, the increased appetite is not necessarily great. So mostly what you tend to is sugar. So sugar and sweets and carbs. So your intake of sugars, a high level of sugar, will cause you to be on the side of contracting diabetes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, I got you. I'm following. And all of this because of your diagnosis, you went into some heavy research, Michaela.
Yes.
All right. So we talk about support, and people who will be hearing your voice, they could look to you as a beacon, somebody to guide them or share some more information. How can people connect with you on social media?
Okay, so my social media handles for Instagram, it's Michaela. So it's MIKAHALI.A. It's TikTok, it's the same thing. Or you can send me an email at michaelaanderson@gmail.com. So it's MIKAHALIA Anderson ANDERSON@gmail.com.
All right, we got you loud and clear, Michaela. And so you have combined cooking, because how better than to have people to have a conversation with than over food, so you always have to make sure that people belly full when you have certain heavy conversations, make sure that them comfortable in terms of sustenance. And so Michaela is also making sure that she gives you those treats, that baking goodness, while giving you some awareness to PCOS. Any final words for our listeners and women in particular who have also been diagnosed with PCOS?
Yes, final words. I take those words from the late, great Sister Angela Harris, then principal of Immaculate Conception High, where she said to keep simple things simple. Saying that to say, thinking about it, you might not think that it's a simple disease, but compared to other diseases or other syndromes such as cancer, I would say it is simple. Bear in mind, you're not the only one that's suffering from this illness. Just know that there's always someone out there, and it's great to reach out to someone, whether a family member, a gynecologist, a psychologist, a psychiatrist. Always reach out to someone. There's always a community that will be there to accept you, and don't suffer alone in silence. And if you're experiencing any symptoms, be sure to check with your dietitian for nutrition advice. Be sure to check with your gynecologist, and just know that you're not alone.
Words of encouragement and upliftment from Michaela, Miss Anderson, entrepreneur, student, and PCOS advocate. Michaela, it was an absolute pleasure meeting and hearing about your experience and sharing the knowledge with our listeners. Wish you all the best, and make sure you have one of them little Christmas cake there, the one where you find a good formula for. Make sure you have that ready for me. All right, Michaela?
Sure, no problem.
All right, that's Michaela. As we untangle on the 99, that is what we're doing it. We're playing it on the radio. Yeah, we're playing it loud in stereo. The artist joins us now. I say good afternoon to the Gideon.
Blessed love, one and all.
Art, I love my brother. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us this afternoon. How have you been, my friend?
I'm great. Thanks for having me. Once again. Big up Jody. I don't think yes, it was the bridge. Big up the bridge, same way, see me.
All right. So Gideon, time is on us, so let us get straight into the conversation. I gave an introduction that said that you came from a family, a mother, choreographer, somebody who brought a lot of music into your space. Tell me, how much of a role did that play in your decision to become an artiste?
Well, that's a good question. Great question, first of all. And I think it was everything, because it wasn't like it was forced onto us, but we were just born into it, and we were seeing her doing all of these things with these people and these dances and going all over the world. And as a little kid, you know what I'm saying, that is gonna allure you same way, you know what I say? So it's not like something that was forced on us, but we're born and we're just born into it, and it just happened like that.
Awesome.
You know, so it was a natural thing. It's not really a thing where developed like that. It was like from birth, it was ordained. That would be the word.
Yes, I. All right. Now, growing up, you took onto yourself a name, the Gideon. Heavy piece of name that's no brethren.
Yes, sir. I realize, you know.
Why you chose that name?
Well, it's really a deeper story still, but it's like, as I was looking around me as a younger youth, because this name is about maybe 20 years old or more. I was looking around and it was just like a lot of crap was happening, you know. At the time, the politics war was even worse than now. There was so much stuff happening. Ufa, man a kill woman said way, Ufa Edna get reverie and decapitate and all kind of madness. And I was just looking around and I say, oh, the Gideon rough, you know. And then I would look and I would see like a woman there on the side of the road and her baby there and she had begging something, and I said, John, the Gideon, everywhere you turn, the Gideon just rough. So I was like, you know what? That name is a fitting name because what? The Gideon is also the final battle, you know. Armageddon, you know.
Yes, I.
And people say the Gideon, you know, but it's really the Armageddon. You see me?
Yes,
yes. So the final battle between good and evil, I shall be there fighting, said way, on the side of good. You see me? So,
I'm glad you made that clear, you know. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that is it.
All right. Because that also ties into the family music label, Jah Over Evil.
Yes, sir.
And that is a label that I understand pays homage to your sibling who passed away in 2011, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell us about that label and, you know, the significance behind it.
Well, the label grew out of just like a whole rites of passage. First, we were just children without any label or anything. We were around the world with our mother. At some point, she took us on the road with her, and was everything she was doing, we were doing as well, the shows and everything. And then that kind of became a thing now where we would come back and we were going to all these studios. And my grandma used to be like, because even my grandma, you know, she played a role, you know, and she was like, you know what? There's a flat in the back of the house, the yard, and she's like, yo, when you take the flat and make that be a studio. We don't know, we'll get there. There was no equipment, there was nothing. And it's really a long story how we actually acquired those equipment to really be able to do what we were doing. You get me? But at a young age, about 15, 16, we got some equipment. And that's where the Flow Factory was born, right? The Flow, my grandma was Flo Wilson. Hey, she used to play on RJ or JBC before Summer was born.
Yes,
the original JBC Jamaica broadcast. She had a program on it and the whole stuff, you know. And so when she passed away, we named the studio Flow Factory off of her.
Awesome.
Flo Wilson. Hey, and then now when Joe passed, we just continue the homage and kind of rename it, paying homage to him, same way. So it's like a child growing up.
Yes, you know? It's an evolution.
Some people say Flow Factory, but we are registered as Jah Over Evil, because that is the transition that we made at that specific time.
All right, awesome. Now, the music that you give to the world, then at the Gideon, we are talk to the Gideon. The music that you give to the world, how would you describe your music?
I would describe it as a eye-opening music. And I don't mean the two items where they on your face right now. You see me? And also feel good music. Because sometimes, you know me, I say, oh, the Gideon actually rough. Everything not have to be so serious sometimes. You know, sometimes we want to have a little fun still. Papa a little one skank with all foot them and go about with business and feel better about life. You get me, I say?
That's right, yes.
Yeah, so ultimately,
music of upliftment.
Yes, music of upliftment.
And reasoning.
No form of derogatory thing. Even if me I tell a girl, say, yo, shake it behind her, man, I'm going to tell her in the classiest way, in the nicest way, in a way we have to wonder if that me really I said to her. You understand?
In a way that Miss Flo would have said, yes, my boy, you have manners, you have brought up, say.
Exactly. Because you know, I tell you a funny story, I couldn't believe it. one of my favorite artists, not to say I don't rate him, but Elephant Man. My grandmother was like she had a fixation on Elephant Man. She used to just love Elephant Man. He used to just crack her up. And when you really listen Elephant Man now cuss no bag of bad word, and him is raw dancers thing, you know, but like she really made me look and say, but you know, so that youth music cleaner than him like him go and brawl and anything. But when you listen to music, it was clean, good dancehall music.
Aye. So
you get me? My grandmother made me realize certain things in the music.
Awesome. Now, you the journey took you on debuting your EP back in was it 2013? Sorry.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yes, that's been a while. So you've been doing the music for a minute, and now now you have a brand new EP out. Is that correct?
We're working on it, and realistically, we're looking for it to maybe like a February, March. But prior to that, we're going to have some singles releasing. There's one on the road now. It's called The Youths. You can check it out on all platforms. It's by way of DJ Easy. That's E-Z-E-E. You get me? And DJ Easy, yeah man, that's my brethren. Big up DJ Easy anywhere you stand youth in Jamaica right now, you see me? And in a Ochi, bad producer, bad selector. He used to actually play on IRFM. Like, yeah. So that's my blood right there. He's really the one recording the music now because I'm in Ocho Rios for a whole other reason but music, but I'm down there now kind of residing, you know?
All right, cool. So that is in the work for April, March. How many songs you're planning to give us on that EP?
Pardon me?
How many songs you're planning to give us on that EP?
Maybe like 5 to 7.
Okay. All right.
Something like that.
Not including the singles that you'll be dropping prior to that?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
So,
awesome.
You know, and the EP is just an introduction to your LP, your album. You get me?
That's right. So we're going to get a taste of the EP in early 2023, but the album will follow shortly after, correct?
No problemo. Just go about, man. Run it.
All right. So you shared one song. I don't have that song on deck. What I have on deck is As I Rise. You want to tell us a little bit more about that single?
As I Rise. All right. Big up, rally up music out in California. Yeah, man. Chemist, my brethren Chemist. You know, I'm always sending tracks and such to my other artist brethren. Big up Goalie anywhere you stand to you. Goalie Bad Lion, you see me? Check him out. Goldy Bad Lion, you see me? And thing. And so I never really pay much attention to them until this one kind of me I say, yo, you know, so that really me not leave me. I'm just kind of jump on it and it kind of take on to a life to itself, you know?
All right, let's give the Bridge Nation a listen to it right now.
As I rise in the morning, Throne of David in desolate places. That's where
this is the sounds of the Gideon right here on the 99. He is talking to us all via Zoom. Gideon, this is a huge collaboration, Gideon. Talk to us about this single.
All right, this is a collaboration with a good virgin Tijan Bennett, you see me? Jati, carry different names, you know? And I'm him not like when I load him up, but he is the son of Michael Bennett. You see me? And he just bad. I don't know how else to put it. Him just bad. It's one of the most unique voices I've heard in a while.
Awesome. So as we talk about collaborations, and this song is one of those songs where open up your eyes, and as Gideon said earlier, not just the eyes in your face, but open your eyes to some serious music. With a collaboration like this, the EP is set for early next year. Are there other artists that you're looking to work with?
Yeah, I got some artists where I have in mind, as in like ones that from I was a youth, and they're still very much around now and kicking. You see me? Bounty Killer, Junior Gang, Sizzla Kalonji, Capitan. I could go on and on with that list. You get what I say?
Yes, I.
And then you don't know, there's some younger youths where, yeah, they're on said way, man. You have the 5-star them, and you have so much of them now where they're so talented. You have Hardio. You see me? You have, boy, if name for start coming from my head right now, but I have to ask my brother Sealer, because him could have just start naming off the top of my head. There's so much talent, you see me? But yeah, big up Tijan. Tijan is like when them say up next.
Yeah. It's got
That's
next.
one of them.
Yeah. So
Got next.
definitely. So now with your own label, and again, quite a number of artists, you recognize talent. How is the production side for you? Are you what's your interest in actually producing music? You have an interest there, sir?
Me personally, I've kind of delved in it when I was much younger, but I just kind of leave the production side to my brother.
All right. Cool.
I try to stay in my own lane. You know, I write for a couple of people and collaborate as well, not just write for them, but you know, collaborate with them. You know, people from all over the place. Big up UC, big up Jay from Germany and Czech Republic, and so much of them. Big up Carmen and United Flavor.
No, you got Czech Republic a while ago. Hold on, stick up in right there, so Gideon. Czech Republic. How is the European tour for you? How is the European circuit for you?
It was a kind of surreal experience. That's all I can describe it as. But it was great. It was. I can't put it in words. It's like an experience, like a real. Because at that time, Instagram and everything was out already, you know. But I was just soaking up everything because, you know, I was like, okay, I'm all over the place. Let's check it out for real with my actual eyes. And it was just, I just drifted with wherever I was. If I landed in Italy, I would just take in Italy. Yeah. No phone, nothing too tough, and just really take in where you are. Because most people just with them phone and when you really go home, you realize you didn't really explore this place.
You never experience it. Yes.
You didn't experience it really. You just have a lot of footage to show about it. You see me?
Yes,
So I was more in tune with the place and stuff, and the people going to the little cracks in the hole, as they call them, and and you know.
Yes.
But yeah, I've been to that side of town, and it's cold as hell, but it's nice. People are really.
And the reception to the music. How has it been networking musically?
That's all they listen to. If it's not old-time roots rock that is Jamaican, then it's the dancehall scene is just it's basically Jamaica, but with just white people.
Same.
Like straight up. You see me? That they don't listen to anything else but what we listen to.
Nice.
That's it.
Nice. And so that again, that type of energy motivates you to keep the fire blazing for reggae music, yeah?
Of course, man. Of course, they must say reggae dead, this and that, and even when I go fight the reggae revival, because I can get when some younger youths come and say, oh, we're reviving reggae. That's fine, because you don't really know the full backbone of what's going on. But reggae has never been dead. If you go out there and see the love what people have for reggae and dancehall, oh God, man. Different thing, man. Them treat you like God and them don't know if I'm know it.
You know what?
And them really like it and come off of that stage and they will pick you up and cheer with you like you win the football game or something.
So that begs the next question. What would you say to aspiring artists?
Just do you. Be focused on your craft. Do your craft. Don't ever take this from me. Don't ever take a break. The day you take a break, you're gonna break your system. You see me, and then you have to start all over again. Just continue doing it, no matter how it seems hard. Excuse my way of putting this, but the world is not gonna lift it. Just dress up and say, hey, take me. You see me, just be persistent, be focused, be consistent, and it will pop.
All right.
Yeah, look for your work so hard and not make it pop one day, man. Oh God.
Definitely. And your music is popping, so people hearing it right now, they will want to continue to hear more from you. How do they do that? How do they stay in touch with you?
Well, it's the Gideon, TheGideon on all platforms. All musical platforms. Once you go at the Gideon, you get what I'm saying? You should say wherever, SoundCloud, YouTube, wherever. In which I should state that we're about to kind of retract a couple things from YouTube and kind of send out some other stuff.
Okay.
So we soon get really more YouTube active. Get me?
Definitely.
And things. So just look out for some stuff. Stay tuned, as they say.
All right. So with that said, we're staying tuned. Again, to close out the conversation, Gideon, I give you the final comments. What you want to share with the listeners as we conclude this interview?
All right, yo. Dub School every Friday, 10:30, First Avenue, Vineyard Town. I repeat, Dub School every Friday, 10:30, First Avenue, Vineyard Town. It's a vibe. We don't need to forward. All artists roll out. all artists roll out open mic. At least 3 to 4 hours throughout the night is an open mic session. So do that, okay? And big up the whole dub school nation. Big up Nova, the dub school prime, what you call it, principal, yeah?
Yeah.
And all of the faculties, you see me? And that's what I gotta say. Big up Sealer too. Big up DJ Easy. Big up Jehovah Evil. Big up my mama. You don't know. Don't make me start going Oscars on you, man, okay?
Gideon, wonderful reasoning with you, my brethren. Listening out for more great music. Safe travels in. Protection.
Bless up, my brother.
Blessings.